Welcome back to the Rush Hour. I'm not going to flail my arms around for the second straight video, so you are welcome. Anyways, welcome back again. Premier League Match Day 8 is around the corner, and honestly, I'm just going to continue to do what I love to do. The last video featuring Tottenham got a pretty okay on views, and that's really all I care about. As long as a couple people watch it, I'm going to do it again. So yeah, Match Week 8 is right around the corner. I'm kind of just going in order as the games will go, and luckily, or unluckily for me, Tottenham played the first game of the weekend against Brighton Hove Albion. It's been a very weird weekend, as we talked, very weird season so far for Tottenham, as we already talked about. I'm not really going to talk about too much then. If you want to know my opinions on the season, go watch the last video. Brighton have been a very good relegation candidate team in my eyes. Obviously, I think they are going to be close to going down to the Championship next year. Glenn Malpai, the guy they signed from Brentford, has scored. He's the leading goal scorer with only 2 goals. They've been poor defensively. They've allowed 10 goals so far this season. They've only scored 5. But they are home. It's going to be a tough game for us to go to Brighton at the Amex and play. So I do expect Brighton to be comfortable, knowing that we are in not the best form and everything. But I do expect us to finally snap out of our road losing streak, not winning streak, whatever, since I think the end of January, the middle or beginning of February. I'm going to say 3-1 us, and I think it's going to be Kane with a hat-trick. Second game, Norwich versus Aston Villa. This is a very weird one. Between the two teams, I did expect them to be fighting for to stay alive at the end of the season, but I expect Aston Villa to be on the top instead of Norwich City. Norwich City have been very, very good. They obviously beat Manchester City, the 2-time champions. Teemu Pukki is, I think, tied for second in goals scored so far in the league this year. Very weird. I never really would have expected Teemu Pukki to be doing that. Aston Villa, only 1 win so far this season against Everton, who have not been playing the best. But it's just been very disappointing from one of the games I've watched from Jack Grealish and John McGinn. They spent a lot of money this offseason with the transfer. I keep saying the transfer window for the summer. It's really looking like a Fulham like last year. Fulham spent all that money, and look where they are. They're back in the Championship. I don't really know about this one. I think my gut really wants to say for Norwich City to win, but I think Aston Villa are finally going to get moving. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw at Villa Park. Next game, Watford versus Sheffield United. Watford, I didn't expect to have the best season, but they're doing terrible. Javi Gracia was obviously fired already so far this year. They've just been so poor defensively. I mean, they lost 8-0 to Manchester City a couple weeks ago. Like they need to get moving, and this is the perfect game. Sheffield United are not a relegation team so far, but I think towards the end of the season they're gonna be. Obviously, Sheffield United barely almost beat Liverpool last weekend, except Henderson with just a horrific error in net to give Liverpool the late win. I think in like the 68th minute or whatever. But the Blades have been playing fairly well. Obviously, the really good start against Bournemouth really kind of propelled them and really said, all right, maybe they're not going to be a complete last place team like I originally thought they were going to be. I don't expect Sheffield United to stay mid-table. I do expect them to be a little more at the relegation end, so that's why I really feel like this is a big game for Watford. I still think Sheffield United is going to win this one, 2-1. I mean, again, I'm not all aboard the Watford train right now, especially sitting in last place with a -16 goal difference already. Burnley Everton. Burnley are playing very well this season. 2 seasons ago, they played so well to get the Europa League last season. They focused on the Europa League and struggled, almost got relegated in like February. They were in that relegation battle. Everton have just been really poor. They spent a lot of money on Moise Kean from Juventus. He hasn't really featured a lot, and when he has featured, it really hasn't fallen his way. They need to get moving. They have 4 losses already so far this season, and they've been to really bad sides. I mean, Bournemouth is not bad, but Everton should be beating them. Aston Villa, Sheffield United, but they also have lost to Manchester City. But for the Toffees to really make that push forward, like a lot of people may have said they were for top 6 this season, it's been a really bad start and kind of embarrassing for the Toffees so far. I do expect Everton to get the win on this one. I think Richarlison, Moise Kean, Sigurdsson, they need to get that attack moving because, I mean, defensively, they've really been okay. I mean, obviously they've been losing, but like they've been kind of getting bailed out by the likes of Kean and Pickford, obviously. But I think Everton finally will get that little bit moving that they need to go and get in the right direction. The obviously marquee game on the weekend is Liverpool versus Leicester City. Liverpool obviously 7-0-0. They have not lost for 15 or 16 straight league games. It's pretty impressive. Really all I need to say, Mo Salah, Firmino, Bali Firmino, Sadio Mane, that attack is just so good. The whole defense is so good. The Liverpool team is just amazing. I can't say anything negative anymore. Leicester, on the other hand, have already drawn to Chelsea in the second match week. They have beaten us, Tottenham, which I guess we're a bigger club, so congrats, he beat us. But they look really well. Brendan Rodgers has that team going very well. Maddison's looking really good right behind Jamie Vardy. Those two are really linking up and really playing well for Leicester. Sionchu in defense for them has just been excellent when he's been playing for them. But I do expect Liverpool to just sneak out this win. It is going to be a very tough game for them, but I think it'll be 2-1 Liverpool. Alright, yeah, my camera died last night, so here I am, brand new day. We're halfway done, as you just saw the first 5, so I'm going to give you the last 5 relatively quick, because I kind of forgot that it's Friday now. I have some stuff I need to do tonight, so I want to get this back, edit it, be done, and have that out, because the first game's obviously 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So I'm just going to kind of walk through those games a little quick. Next week I'm definitely going to plan this one in advance, and try to go a little more in depth with each game. West Ham, Palace. Palace have been okay. They have Wilfried Zaha. If they keep a hold of him, I think they are going to survive. If they don't, I think they're in trouble. You know, even when he's not scoring the goals or getting the assist, he's creating so much space. He's that type of guy. They beat Norwich City last time out, but I don't foresee Palace really causing a problem for West Ham. They've been really solid to start the season. They got thumped by Man City to begin the season, and then they've played really well. I mean, I hate West Ham being a Tottenham fan, but I don't really know about this one. I think West Ham's going to win 2-0, I think. Yeah, so let's just move on. Southampton, Chelsea. Chelsea, they're playing really well with the kids. Obviously, the transfer ban, they only got to sign Kovacic and Pulisic because they had deals agreement from last January, so they can bring them in. Tammy Abraham has been fantastic. I never really doubted him. I just didn't think he'd be getting starting starts for Chelsea. Starting starts. Southampton have been okay. I definitely don't foresee them being a mid-table team. I definitely think they're going to be in the relegation battle. They've been playing okay. They played really well against us last time out when, being a man up, though, they still didn't get the win. They just need to continue to beat those relegation teams, and obviously Chelsea's not one of them. I think Chelsea's going to win 3-0 to the Blues. Man City Wolves, probably my second favorite game of the weekend. As I said earlier, Burnley got in the Europa League, struggled last season. They're playing better this season. Wolves played really well last year after coming back up from the Championship. And they're struggling now because they're focusing on the Europa League, which is okay because I think they're a much better team than Burnley. Burnley, I don't really understand. I understand for the money reasons why they tried to push on Europa League. They didn't have the squad to do it. Wolves, I definitely think they do. Wolves obviously just won, I believe, over Besiktas Thursday in the Europa League, so I think they're now 1 win, 1 loss through 2 match days in that. But they're really reminding me of Burnley because they are still really struggling in the league. Man City, back-to-back champions, they're playing so well. I mean, they lost to Norwich City, which was kind of shocking, but then obviously they went and bashed Watford 7-0 or 8-0. Yeah, I don't see anything other than Man City winning this. 3-1 to City. Arsenal, Bournemouth. Arsenal, obviously, I don't really want to talk too much positivity on them, being a Spurs fan. The front three, Pepe, Lacazette, and Aubameyang, they got to figure something out because, when they played all three of them, it wasn't the best. Like, I don't know. Pepe's been really awful, and I'm not trying not to be biased, but they cost 72 mil. I want to see more from him as a non-biased viewpoint. Other than that, I mean, Kieran Tierney has yet to start. He's been injured. I think he will start this weekend. He is back fit, so who knows if he will. Again, it's Unai Emery is the manager, so who knows? Probably not. Bournemouth have been pretty bright. Bournemouth came up to the Premier League 4 or 5 seasons ago. They've just kind of lumped along, gotten better. They're going to be that mid-table team. I don't think they have any reason to fear relegation this year. They only lost to Leicester and Man City, so Eddie Howe's got something pretty well going for the Cherries. I do see this one being a 2-2 draw if Tierney doesn't start and the front three thing doesn't work out. But I don't know. I'm going to have to be unbiased here and say Arsenal are going to win 2-1. Late goal from Aubameyang. He's been playing really well for them. Kind of jealous. I really like Aubameyang. Final game for the weekend is Newcastle United versus Manchester United. And they couldn't have picked a worse game for last. Obviously, Manchester United, the powerhouses of England, have fallen apart in the last 2 years. They're still in the Europa League now. They got no shots on target the other day in the Europa League against AZ Callum or whatever. I never pronounce the name right. Newcastle United have just looked really awful under Steve Bruce. They just got thumped 5-0. They're obviously a man down, but they've looked awful. Again, they somehow beat us, so it kind of shows you where we are this season. Man United, they just have no attackers. Like, Rashford right now is pretty much the only one that's kind of healthy that I would trust. Dan James is young and experienced. He's played really well. Mason Greenwood he's just growing, so again, this is a growing period for United. I'm trying not to bash them so much based off their past and going forward and everything, but I still see United winning this just because of how poor Newcastle are, and I could definitely see Steve Bruce getting out of a job within the next month or two if they continue to play like this. Let's go 2-0 Manchester United. So yeah, obviously this little section I've just been kind of looking at this because I just really wanted to get this out and give some feedback and some previews for the Premier League match day. Again, I really want to focus more on in-depth previews. Obviously this is kind of just rushed, but I really wanted to get one last night, but I started filming at like 10:30 and my camera died, and I had a midterm today being in college, so this is the first time I've actually got to watch it. Flyers just played, Flyers won. Something I might actually do with this season is Flyers game reviews, because I really have a lot to say. I really enjoyed the Flyers game. We only won 4-3, but it was just a really good team performance. But I'll save that for another video. Maybe tomorrow or Sunday I'll post one about that. So yeah, sub if you're new, because we've gotten some subscribers lately. Like the video as well. Don't forget to like it. If you like it, more people can see it. And yeah, enjoy the Premier League, enjoy the NFL, the college football, the NHL, the MLB playoffs, and I'll see you soon. See you.
Damn, I'm on red alert. Else you went up in the dirt, man.